Well, good Tuesday morning. It is 23 below this morning. Air temp, slight breeze. So, not as much for a wind chill right now, but it's supposed to be later. No wood boiler's fucking chugging away, and this little girl, I've had her running for about 30 minutes because, well, it's cold out and she needs it. Welcome to the Rick Bork channel, where the beer's always cold, language fucking sucks, my shit's always broken, and your opinion doesn't matter. Borkfest 2022 is July 29th and 30th, so come on over and have a beer and have a good time, and you can regret yourself later. She needs to warm up a little bit, so we get to go to that job thing again today. Fuck. We'll be coming home at lunch, check the wood boiler today, because it's only supposed to be like a high of 2 or 3 below, so it's just easier to come home. I can, with that popple that I've been burning, it'll hold okay, but it's easier to come home and stoke it up at lunch. It maintains temp a little bit better. Otherwise it starts dipping down into the 120s, 130s by the time I get home. So to heat that house, it pretty much just runs balls out all day long. So we got our snow plowed last night. This I'm not worried about winging off or anything right now. There wasn't enough there to worry about. I just came down and plowed out the mailbox, and that way Zane could get in and deliver the mail without too much trouble, because it was blocked in with snow pretty bad. He was driving the truck up on the bank, so usually when the plow operator comes through, he wings it off a little bit better, but whatever. At least he cleaned out the corner here, unlike last time, so I'll bring you back. Well, that old girl just turned 3,000 miles. 3,010, I should say. When I bought it from Squatch 253, it had 115,181 miles on it. It's got 118,191 on it now, so 3,010 miles. Fucking mint. We'll have her in the shop pretty soon. I drove it for a few miles before I changed oil on it, so it'll be due for a service here before too long, and then we'll do a fucking old blue update and review. Alright, so a little bit of a product review here. We're going to try this sumbitch out because, well, I need more filming time to try to make videos for you sons of bitches. So, we're trying this Digipower Refuel Action Pack 9-hour extended battery. It's supposed to snap around your GoPro and utilize all the same features that it had before. The waterproof feature, the dust and dirt proof feature, the extreme cold and heat. So, in 1080p, which is what we usually do, that runs for 8 hours. Fucking mint. I got 2 batteries right now in cold weather that'll run about 7 minutes. So I'm hoping if I get a good hour out of them, out of this, and when it's fucking 15 degrees outside, I'd be fucking super happy with that. So we're gonna be trying this thing out, and we'll let you guys know what the fuck happens here. So stay tuned. We're not gonna get any too fancy on the product review until we know how the son of a bitch works. There you go. Alright, so y'all want to work on a 1952 Farmall Super C? Okay, me too. Previous episode, we installed a new battery. Checked the oil to make sure that there was something in the crankcase, and we made sure the engine cranks over. So in this video, we're going to jump into that fuel system and see what we got going on in there. and I'll explain my process and my reasoning as we go. All right, let's work on a tractor. So, first thing we want to do in here is get this sediment bowl out. You can see it right there, center of your screen. You can see the residue that's left in it. So, as per the other tractor, we loosen this little thumb wheel. This one's not super tight, so that's good. We can swing that out of the way because on this one that's possible. Ew. We'll take this over here, and my waste oil drain pan's not in here at the moment. That's okay. We use that. And we got one down there. So I gotta brake clean this out, but sediment bowl, beer, ooh, beer. It's Friday. It's kind of fucking, it's been a long week. Only guy in the shop this week. We'll wash this out with some brake cleaner. You can sit on that battery because it ain't no fucking good anyway. Sediment in the bowl at the bottom. The brake cleaner doesn't even want to touch it. So we'll get a little bit picky about it, eh? I'll have to scratch at it a little bit. Oh, she's gummy. Yeah. Yeah, that. That's the good stuff down there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Also, a fun fact, brake cleaner is good for finding small cuts on your hands. Look at that sumbitch. The outside's got like this weird sandblasted look. I'm betting they sandblasted this tractor. You can see that there. I'm betting they had hit this thing with a sandblaster at one point. Sediment bowl was still on there. It's the only thing I can think of because it's, you can hear it, it's etched. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stick that back in there. We'll tighten up our little try to make sure we're nesting that in there nice and real nice. So now here's my other conflict on this thing. Do I let sleeping dogs lie and dump fuel in it and see what the fuck happens? Or do I open up that carburetor and clean it out and all that other stuff like I did on the John Deere and then have to take it back apart again? I'm 6 of one and half a dozen of the other on both those things. This tank is much cleaner than the other on the John Deere, so I'm not as terribly concerned about it. I think, or good, bad, or otherwise, we're gonna dump some fuel in this thing. See what happens. So, I'll get a can of fuel. We'll make sure our shutoff valve is off. Another thing on this thing is you can, because this is an updraft carburetor, this little valve right there will let you know if your float's stuck and you're gonna flood the engine, because it's gotta go a long ways up before it can do anything like that. So that's kind of minty. It's not what it's for, but it'll let you know. Oh, beer's good tonight. All right, I'll get some fuel. I'll bring it back. Funnel. Fuel. 2 gallons of 91 non-oxygenated premium. I got that valve closed, but it's got a little bit of a drip to it. Not the end of the world there. Two gallons is definitely more than enough to see if this thing will start. That little shut-off valve might have a little junk in it. I like to use the funnel. Not only does it make pouring easier, it keeps try to keep the fuel off the paint. You can see where it starts eating away at the paint on the tank. There's ethanol and all that shit in there. Well, it's gasoline, it's gonna eat at paint. Okay, this valve is, well, I thought it was off. Turns out it's not exactly off. It's just a little sticky. Now it's got a little fuel in it. It's okay. I don't know. All right, are we getting fuel to our carburetor? That's going to be our next question. There is a little drain plug here that you can check. And I will do that because, well, I should, so. Grab some tools and bring it back. Okay, check plug here. Come on. And we got a little bit of moisture there from the fuel, so a little bit of fuel there going on. We want to see if we get anything here. And threads aren't wet, so that's not a good sign. Dry. So we have the same problem that we had on the other one? The float sticking? Or do we not have supply here? Like we had on the other one where the line was plugged. Oh, Ricky Dicky. Problems to have, right? And you can see this carburetor's been wrapped on a few times for sticky float. See the powder comes out of there? got a feeling we're gonna be into this carb. Okay. Well, the wrench. Take that line off there, because if there's no fuel going to the carburetor, she's not gonna fire now, is she? Half-inch line wrench. We'll try that because that's a copper line, so. A steel line with a brass fitting on it. Either way. Oh, yeah. Well, we got fuel there. Yep. So once again, our float is stuck. Or a needle stuck, one of the two. However you want to call it. We're going to go in the bottom here and just see if we can fiddle fart around with that sumbitch a little bit. Go in there. Oh, look at that shit. The white powder ain't good. That's not a good sign. We got fucking raining out of there like fucking cocaine. Well, boys and girls, it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy. Looks like we're pulling the carb off, huh? It was wishful thinking. Alright, I'll bring you back here in a minute. We'll fucking figure it out. You still mad at me? Yep. Fuck's sake. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, headlamps on, hats on backwards. We're getting fucking serious now. Or seriously inebriated, however you want to say it. So after a little further investigation, it seems as though behind this little elbow here, there's a screen in there that acts like a little fuel filter. As per the manuals that Jeff Weinstock sent. See, Jeff? I'm using them. So we're going to go ahead and jerk this fuel line back off. Now, before, the shutoff valve wasn't shutting off all the way. So maybe that needs to be rebuilt too. I don't know. Problem for another day. So we're hoping to cap that little fucker off with that little sumbitch. So let's get it out of there and find out. Ooh. You. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. See, it just pisses right out of there, so pop that cap over it. Perfect. Now, hopefully, we can get in here with this wrench. Oh yeah, get that strainer to move. That's what they call it, a strainer, not a filter. The manual called it a strainer. A fuel strainer. So let's see what's in here. See, I haven't worked on these carbs that much. I don't have that much experience with them, so. Oh yeah, there definitely is. Is it plugged up? It doesn't appear to be. But it appears that we could probably blow a little air in there to try to open up that seat, if that's our problem. Some of these carbs were cast with plugs on 3 sides for utility purposes, or were tapped and had plugs put in them. This strainer doesn't appear to be that plugged, if you ask me. We can get some brake cleaner and find out real quick. It's right here. Brake cleaner will tell the secret. Oh, it runs off the bottom, just dribbling it in there. So that is not our problem. Now, it just so happens that I have the air compressor over here. We could try to blow a little air in there. And try to free up that seat. But we're gonna take this plug back out of the bottom of the carburetor to do that. Just so we know if we have air coming through or not. I don't have a rubber tip for this fucking blowgun here. I don't know why, but I don't. We're gonna set them little fuckers on the John Deere tire. So maybe I should have taken the car apart, maybe I shouldn't have. I don't fucking know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? We can I think we're still taking that carb off, because even with air pressure, she don't do nothing. I should be able to feel it hitting my hand there. Because that is a drain plug, I know that for a fact. There, you looked. It checked. So the needle must be fucking stuck in the seat. Not just stuck, fucking stuck. Okay, so we're gonna pop this carburetor off because I got a sneaking feeling that things are way worse than I had anticipated. Based on, it just came to me that what I was doing with that little screwdriver earlier should have been a good indicator of what was going on, but I might be wrong. We're gonna pop this carburetor off and we'll see. So this is the linkage for the governor. And somebody put a bolt through with a lock nut on it. We're gonna make a little pin for it and all that shit later. This is easier than taking the cotter pin off the other side and trying to get it off the back of the carburetor. Plus this needs to be fixed anyway. and then I can address the rest of the linkage that's a little bit worn on this thing. And it's been painted so it isn't adjustable right now. So we'll take care of that as well. It works. I mean, in a pinch, you do what you gotta do. No harm, no foul, but. Okay, so next step here. I already took the clamp loose for that hose coupler. We're probably gonna have to replace that. And I already disconnected the choke rod because that didn't have a pin in it anyway. All I had to do was push it out of the back. So these bolts are pretty much loose anyway. I don't know if someone's been toying with this carburetor already, but I got a pretty sneaking suspicion about what's going on here. So we'll find out how right I am. I'm not a fucking tractor expert, so that bolt is out. Set that one there. I'm gonna set you up here on top of the generator so you can observe. That bolt's out. We can take this carb off, and the linkage comes with it. Okay, so let's go find us some workbench space back here. This isn't a bad spot. We will utilize this space. Phillips, your standard screwdriver. We'll break this carb down. We'll see what's going on. Okay, 4 screws on the bottom half of this carburetor. We can pop this thing open and see what's going on in here. So. One. Two. 3. And 4. Yeah, usually you can find a little pry point between the two halves to pop it loose. And hopefully not wreck that gasket if you don't have to. Oofta. Inside of that carb is pretty bad. Wow. Yeah, look at that. It's float's completely stuck. So I'll be honest with you, that's not what I expected. I wonder it's so dark over here. Fucking light's burned out. Son of a bitch. It's not burned out, but it's one of them cheap fuckers that I bought online because I'm an idiot. Well, I was an idiot. I learned my lesson. I just buy the bastards from the hardware store. Doesn't matter if they're 3 times as much money. They fucking last. But anyway, buy everything from Scott. That thing is, well, it's getting better. We're going to have to get that float off there and clean everything up and then throw her back on and see what the fuck happens. So. Well, we got the pin out. These little electrician pliers work good. Wire strippers, electrician pliers, whatever you want to call them, from Mac Tools, WSC7. They're spendy little bastards, but they work good. They got little fucking sharp little jaws right there on the end, if you can see them. They work good for that kind of shit, so. Floats off. We're gonna have to clean that thing up real good and then check it over for damage. I want to see if this needle will come out. That doesn't look terrible, but I can definitely see why it was stuck before, so. Looks like we got a whole card cleaning to do, huh? I'm gonna need a beer for this. All right, well, so I was going to, I swear to God, I had a little wire brush about big around that goes in the damn end of a die grinder. I didn't look in this drawer. Probably should have, but I didn't. It's like that, but fucking the size of the middle of that fucking thing. No, it's not on the die grinder either. Over there. Or on the straight one. Swore I had one. I also swore I had a plumber's brush like that, except for just the brush on a handle, and it was fucking rounded on the end, but I don't know where that is either. So it looks like I'm going to be going to the hardware store to get one tomorrow, because or fuck it is. Because I tried hitting that with brake cleaner, and brake cleaner basically said, how about no? The good news is the rest of the jets are open on the thing. So that's a huge, huge plus. We don't have to worry about those. I hit those with the straw on the brake cleaner, and they are all free. That helps significantly. It's just the stuff in the bottom of the bowl that I want to be able to scratch around and clean out, because that's just going to cause nothing but problems in the fuel system when it's already past the screen. So, top half over here. Maybe it'd be a good night to clean up some shit, Rick, while you're fucking dicking around and you don't have parts. Top half, much the same. I don't know what grows like that, but this is cast, where that is pop metal. So the cast upper is in much better shape, as to be expected. The seat on the needle looks okay, as does the seat where it sits. The float, I'm actually going to clean that up, buff it all down, and then we're going to submerge it in the jar of water, since it's already sitting here. And that way, we know if the fucker has a hole in it or not. Because I don't know what was sitting in it. I would assume it was fuel, but I've never seen fuel break down and turn into white powder. I may be wrong, but I've never seen it before, so. Unless it was just, because it doesn't look like it started breaking down the inside of that carburetor that bad. Usually you'd see the pitting and all that stuff, and I don't see signs of that, so. But whatever, it is what it is. We're going to get cleaned up, put it back together, and see if the fucker will work. And maybe when I'm kicking around tomorrow, before Jensen Tractor closes, I'll go see if they have a carb kit for it, just in case. Because that way I can try to get that son of a bitch out of here tomorrow. That one's got to go out, and if that one has to tow this one out, well, I guess that'll be part of the story, because I got to work on a car in here, and then we can get back to it, but whatever. It is what it is. So, I think we're calling that one a wrap. We tried to get her going, but once again, we got carburetor issues. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are fucking doing well. Throw me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, get my notifications. Memberships are down there if you want one, and I do appreciate it because it helps us do stupid shit on my stuff. We'll see you guys again next time.